welcome back. If you haven't been seeing the rest of the show, you have really missed something. But you know, you can also keep in touch with us on our Facebook page or live stream choice39.tv. And of course, the Dolor Factor is available throughout the Caribbean, the USA, the UK, and Europe. Isn't that something? Now, remember I said to you right at the beginning that we had another special guest with us on this very special Dolor Factor. Of course, I'm talking about Cathy Daniel. And, well, we say Cathy Daniel because that's what we know you are as, isn't it? It's Cathy Daniel.
Yes,
you know.
Daniel.
And then, of course, she married Darren, and then she became a Sammy. Now, how often does that happen to you? Because that happens to me as well. People always call me by my maiden name, and I don't even bother to correct them. I just say yes, yes, yes. What do you do?
No, I think that was the case probably the first year of my marriage, but people now recognize me as Cathy Sammy, so it's not really an issue anymore.
Was it something to adapt to, moving from a Daniel to a Sammy?
Yeah, I still used to write my name out as Cathy Daniel. I still used to put in single. I'm like, no, okay, that has changed. So that's why I don't really like hyphenated names. I like to keep it simple. Because there are a lot of things to remember in life. That's one less thing for me to remember. So Cathy Sammy is fine.
Well, Cathy, thank you so much for being on the show. I didn't say thank you right at the beginning, so welcome to the Dolor Factor. And you know, when people get married, I have to say, when I got married, it didn't sink in. It's like you kind of know. Then the next day, it's like, okay, I'm married. Do you feel married?
Well, it will be 5 years in a few weeks, so yes, I do. It's been a good time to adapt to being married, so I do.
Now, I know Delia gave you a really wonderful surprise last night for your early anniversary. You had to be there. I really wish we had a camera on Cathy's face when people came across singing to you both. You were really surprised, weren't you, Cathy?
Yes, I was. I did, because it will be in like about 2 weeks from now. And I thought it was somebody else at the restaurant. So I'm like, oh, wow, isn't that a coincidence? It's somebody's anniversary. And the people are coming to me like, I cannot hide the expressions on my face. So I know for everybody around, it was a priceless moment.
Yeah. Darren? He's still quiet.
Well, I'm in the company of two beautiful ladies. So I'm just admiring to my left. You know,
Yeah, of course.
that the admiration to you is on a different level. But
Yes.
we all know what's going on over here.
Definitely, because I think as well, you know, sometimes when you're married to a celebrity, to a sports person, people tend to forget sometimes that you are your own person. And even before, you know, Darren was rising, you were doing certain things as well, and you have your own achievements. So for people who don't know about you, tell us a little bit about Cathy.
Well, I'm very humble. I'm shy. I'm a quiet person. But before that, I used to be a model, beauty queen, local, regional, international. I also graduated from Monroe College with my honors in hospitality management. So, and I'm a proud mom. That's basically it, and a wife, of course.
A proud
The
mom.
most difficult one.
So how did you guys meet?
I'll let Darren give that story. He always has a different version to me.
All right, well, let's hit Darren's
what-
story, and then you can kind of correct it afterwards.
Well, you know, we met at a place that was very helpful to me in my career. It was the 3G Sports Complex. You know, it's a place where when I used to leave home on the weekends, I used to sleep there on the karate mats there over the weekend. So, you know, we were having a camp, and I think Hess was playing volleyball or netball finals at the sports complex, and I saw this beauty over there. So I was playing cricket as young boys, and I kept hitting the ball in her direction to catch her attention.
You didn't.
I did.
I don't believe you did that.
I did. So I finally caught her attention. She wasn't happy because I think the ball hit her. She threw it back at us and stuff, and I said yes. I got her attention. I went up to her and I said to her, I think you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
Did you say that?
Yeah, something like this. And yeah, we spoke, and I said, guess what? I'm playing now, but before you leave, come back and talk to me. That was the first
Okay,
test.
she's doing something with her eyes. Okay.
That was the first test.
Okay.
She came back late after I guess the games finished, and yeah.
Because she was interested, really.
Yeah, I asked her for her number. She said no, she's not giving me her number, so she took mine. And I was leaving to play on the 19 cricket for St. Lucia the day or 2 days after. And I told her when I was coming back.
That was many years ago. My
Yes,
gosh.
yes.
Wow.
I told her that's in 2002. I think it was the 26th or 20, between the 26th and the 27th of March. And I came back home. When I got home, my mom said, I asked my mom if anybody called for me. She said, yes, some girl called Cathy. You see me jumping up in the house. Yes, I couldn't wait for Monday to go to work, because now I don't have any form of communication because she has my number. So I stood early, I came to work early that day, and every student that went to Hess, I kept telling them, tell Cathy I'm here. Tell Cathy this, I'll be at the park training. And then it didn't take
She's
long.
looking okay.
One day I was training at the Mindle Park, and then this beauty turns up. I said maybe she got my message, but I found out she never got my message. She just was thinking, you know what, he said he trained at the park, so let me just take a walk. And you know, over the years has had its up and down, but...
Okay, let me stop you about that, because Cathy has been doing some things in her face. Can I have your version, please?
You can't deny it.
It's similar to what he said, but he left out a lot of critical things, which I guess, from a woman's perspective, I will always remember.
Okay.
Yes, he was trying to get my attention with his balls or whatever, but I was on the volleyball team, and you know, playing volleyball is very imperative that nothing else is on the court because you have girls running around. We don't want them to get injured. And this guy is over the fence in another part of the complex, throwing this ball over to where my team is trying to beat Convent at the finals. I'm like, who does that? So I was angry, right? Okay. I kept sending the ball, he kept sending back. I'm looking at him like, you see, you know what? The two of us are going to have a conversation after this game is done. Thank God we won. I was in a good mood. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go deal with this guy. I'm coming there. I'm angry. I have all the things I have to say.
Oh my God.
And I'm getting there and he's like doing that with his lip. And then he's telling me, I'm the most beautiful girl he's ever seen. Everything about me is just words cannot explain. And he gives a speech, you know, like young guys give girls speeches. I'm like, this guy is something else. So I forgot what I was going to say when I got there, you know, why I was angry and why he shouldn't have done what he did. And then he's asking me for my number or whatever. So I'm trying to be still cool. I'm like, no, I'll take your number, that kind of thing. So I took his number and stuff, and I think I got some messages from two girls from Hess. I don't know them at all, saying that this guy is stopping them in town asking for me. Is that my name? Is that true? Do I know him? I'm like, yeah. So one day I said, okay, let me just go see if he's there for true. And then I met him, and then...
But admit it, by then, I mean, you were very attracted. I mean, because you must have thought something...
That's 2 weeks after she gave me the number.
And many years and marriage and a child later.
What I forgot to tell you.
All right, Darren, yes.
Which, at our wedding, my dad gave that speech.
Okay.
Because when I went home, I told my mom, I met this girl, marriage material. And I'm not joking. I told my mom I met this girl, marriage material. When I found out that she and my mother shared the same birth date, that was it for me.
These things
I knew I could have done whatever, you know, a young guy does, but I always knew she was going to be my wife. And I'm here up to today.
What's it like being Mrs. Is it Mrs. Darren Sammy? Do they call you that, Mrs. Darren Sammy, or are you your own person?
No, I seldom get people referring to me as Mrs. Darren Sammy, but people usually call me Mrs. Sammy, which is still overwhelming at times, because I mean the name is synonymous with such great things. So, I mean,
and I suppose as well, over the years when you first met, you didn't know where you were going. No one knows where they're going, but you had these big plans and aspirations.
Yeah, well, she was also my part of that inspiration for me, my motivation. You know, because like I said, I had a dream to play, but I used to watch cricket on TV, and when they pass in on the camera showing the wax of the cricket, I only saw beautiful people. So I added that to my goals. So I always said, you know what, and when I'm playing for West Indies, I must have the most beautiful lady as well at my side.
And your marriage, it's quite obvious to say, has actually set a really good example to the other players, because it's no doubt, I mean, everyone knows what it's like, you know, to be sports people, men and women. It's very easy to just lead single lives and to remain non-committal. So I think with your marriage, it stabilized you, of course, Darren,
it did,
and it stabilized everyone else. And I'd like to talk a little bit more about moving on together and being a family, and just about the way forward for you and for society as well when we come back. So see you soon.